Welcome to Growing for Good with Funding for Good, week 2, second week in January 2016. I hope everybody had a great first week in January. I know that we just finished our grant writing and research workshop in Charlotte, North Carolina, and we had a great time. Got ready for our very first video series that's going to be coming out. A lot of people have asked us for our grant writing workshop online, and we don't do that online, so we are turning it into a DVD series for those folks that would like to join us for classes but can't make it to the areas where we teach. So be looking for that coming out pretty soon. But this week I wanted to talk a little bit about what is that one thing that can ruin your entire day, or that does ruin your entire day. I was talking with a friend of mine at the end of last year, Sandy Reese, and I don't even remember what it was at this point, but it was something little, something tiny that happened that ruined my whole day. And it could have been something as simple as, oh, I remember what it was. Just remember what it was. I got an email from a lady who had read an excerpt of something online and kind of sent me some nasty feedback about it. And then when I responded to her in a positive way, she wouldn't reply. And I was like, so many people have read this and made great comments and really enjoyed it. And then this one person writes me a kind of obscure, nasty email, and it ruined my whole day. Like, I didn't think about all the other positive things that people had said, or all the wonderful feedback I had received, or all, the positive experiences I had had from that one thing that I wrote. I focused on this one tiny little thing that somebody wrote me in an email that ruined my whole day. And I don't know why, as humans, we are programmed that way, but the more people I talk to, the more people confirm for me that it's the same for a lot of other people. My friend Sandy was saying the same thing. We have all these wonderful things that happen and lots of really great opportunities, lots of great experiences, speaking engagements, great clients, successful grants, great fundraising events, wonderful examples of donor relations, wonderful marketing tools, all these things that we're involved in, that we're a part of, and that we hear every day. And you'd think we'd be on cloud 9. And then all of a sudden, one day, one tiny little thing can kind of seem negative, and it ruins our entire day. And it never really makes sense to me, still kind of doesn't. But just to put it in perspective and let you know that other people deal with that very same thing, folks that seem to be in a good mood all the time, people who are very successful, people who are doing well in their businesses or their professional or personal lives, it happens to them too. So if you are one of those people that one little thing can ruin your whole day, you're not alone. It's a lot of us do that. And so I just try right now to put it in perspective a little bit, and when something like that happens, because it doesn't just happen once, I try to say, okay, but what are all the other really great things that are happening right now? And I try to focus on those. I might not get invited to speak to a conference, but I already have 5 other conferences booked for the year. I might not sign a client, but I already have 8 other clients signed for the year. I might not have received this grant, but I just received $100,000 for clients on these grants. So I just encourage you to try to keep it in perspective this year. Try to focus on all the things that you have going on, not just the positive, not just the negative, but balance them out and see there is a lot of good stuff and a lot of bad stuff. And the one thing I told a friend of mine this year was, the more opportunities you have, the more things you have going on, the busier you are, the more opportunity you have not only for wonderful things to happen, but for some bad things to happen too, or some not so positive things, or some negative things, or things that might not go the way you hope for them to go. So with great opportunity comes a potential for a little bit more disappointment. And so it's a little give or take. Do you want to have a lot of opportunity, or do you not want to have any disappointments? Because not to have any disappointments means that you're never living, you're never putting yourself out there, you're never taking that next step. You're not going to get every grant, right? You're not going to retain every donor you have. You're not going to secure every potential donor that you try to acquire. You're not going to have a bat out of the park home run with every fundraising event you put on. You are not going to have the perfect development plan every single year. You're not going to do 100% of every single thing all the time, and that's okay. Because from those experiences come ways we can learn to do things better, more efficiently, more productively. We can improve on our grant applications. We can make our events better, and we have to learn from those experiences. So I just encourage you this year to try to have as positive an outlook as you can when something bad happens. It might take you a little while to get over it initially, but remember that if you didn't have an opportunity, if something didn't come your way, if you weren't growing as an individual, as an organization, as a business, in whatever capacity it is, you might not ever have those disappointments. I'm not going to call them failures because most of the time they're not. They're growing experiences, they're learning experiences, and we all need those. So don't have that one thing that's going to ruin your entire day, because everybody has those all the time. So take a deep breath, learn from it, grow from it, and hopefully I encourage you to have as many possible experiences as you can, as many opportunities as you can, and embrace the disappointments that come, because they're going to help you grow. And I hope that your 2016 is full of opportunities. I know you're going to have some disappointments, but I hope that the opportunities and the joy out of your year and the impact that you make will overshadow those things. So as we go into this next year, I'm trying very hard myself to focus on the positive things and not get sucked down by the things that make me disappointed occasionally, and I hope that you'll do the same. Check back in with us next week for another vlog, and I think we're getting ready to start doing some online research and looking at Foundation Center results. So I'm probably going to be zooming in a little bit on the computer and letting you see some results and what they look like and things you should be looking for. And we might do a vlog with Marie, who is my grant writing partner and also very closely involved with the Writer's Block series that we have. So be looking for a potential vlog from the two of us coming out sometime soon. I hope you have a great day. If you haven't already, be sure to join our family on YouTube at fundingforgood.org, and we will talk to you soon. See you next week.